The war in Afghanistan and ensuring that extremists do not prevail in Pakistan have become the top priorities of the Obama administration's national security strategy. President Obama has said his aim is to deter, defeat, and destroy al-Qaeda and related terrorist groups. To spearhead that effort, U.S. Defense Secretary Robert Gates announced in May a change of command of U.S. and NATO forces, 1 year ahead of schedule. Gates picked Lieutenant General Stanley McChrystal, saying he wanted fresh thinking and fresh eyes on the problem.
That's the challenge that we give to the new leadership. How do we do better? What new ideas do you have? What fresh thinking do you have? Are there different ways of accomplishing our goals? How can we be more effective?
McChrystal's experience is mainly in the type of secret and often violent military special operations that involve seeking out and attacking key enemy targets. He was credited with leading the successful effort to capture Saddam Hussein and to kill the head of al-Qaeda in Iraq, Abu Musab al-Zarqawi.
Mr. Chairman, Senator McCain, members of the committee.
But appearing before the Senate Armed Services Committee, McChrystal tried to make the case that he understands there's more to counterinsurgency than operational skills.
In counterinsurgency, how you operate, the impact of civilian casualties, collateral damage, cultural insensitivity, and the inherent complexities involved in separating insurgents from the population often determine success or failure. If defeating an insurgent formation produces popular resentment, the victory is hollow and unsustainable.
McChrystal also defended himself against allegations of prisoner abuse by his troops in Iraq in 2003. He told the committee he reduced the use of harsh but legal techniques as soon as he took command. While the current commander in Afghanistan, General David McKiernan, is widely praised by officials, some analysts say this was a good time to make a change. Retired Army General Jack Keane is a former Deputy Chief of the U.S. Army.
There hasn't been as much progress as people had expected there would be in Afghanistan in applying the intellectual framework, getting the strategy right, setting the conditions for success in 2010, which is probably the first time we'll ever start to see some measure of progress. I think people just realize that we may not get there unless we put a new leader in charge and have him start out with the new strategy and the new team to work with.
At the Senate confirmation hearing, McChrystal outlined what he hopes to achieve in Afghanistan during the next 18 to 24 months.
I think we achieve a level of security that allows each of the areas, to include those currently challenged by the Taliban, to bring in governance that is maybe locally based, but it is linked to the national government. So when they think of their governmental chain, they may think locally, and it may be tribal in a village. But when it goes back up the chain, it is absolutely recognized as going up through the district, province, and then to the national government.
If that does not happen, he warned, Afghanistan will likely descend into civil war once again. The stakes are high for General McChrystal. His success or failure, along with NATO allies, Afghan forces, and civilian agencies, will largely determine the future of Afghanistan and will strongly affect the future stability of Pakistan and the entire region. Al Pessin, VOA News at the Pentagon.